They haven't got a player. If Saka's gone, they haven't got any other player that they can say.
Who would advise Arsenal to go out there and get the valuable strikers? Yeah. As a Liverpool fan, taking that aside, if you as an Arsenal fan, who would you want to get up front? Osimhen?
I think they should go for Osimhen or for what's his name?
I don't think Cunha.
No, the guy that everyone was talking that might go to them before. I can't remember
Sporting.
his name
From Sporting.
no, what's his name?
That Ucarez.
I can't remember his name.
Sesko. Yes, Sesko. Okay, cool.
So Osimhen and Sesko, that's the only two. The only reason I'm saying that's the only two because I want Isaac to come to Liverpool.
Affinity Xtra. Be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily represent the views of Affinity Xtra.
Yeah. People, this is your boy here, Roger Moore, Affinity Xtra, to the better gospel music, black origin. Let me make sure my hair is looking, oh goodness, I can even check out my hair before I get on here, man. But I just got the bush out there, Marx. Don't have to worry about that still, yeah. Guys, before we have to get this over and done with for the season, Mark is smiling, he's smiling because Liverpool can only score one goal against relegated Leicester. And the fullback that's on his way to Real Madrid had to pop in and score a goal there still, just to save your rushes right at the end still, and
like I was saying earlier, right, when it comes to talk about Liverpool now, I'm going to let you just chat whatever nonsense you want to chat. Man United ain't got nothing to talk about this season, so you have to do what Man United fans do. Take a stick at Liverpool. That's the only enjoyment you're going to get for the rest of this season and for the next 2-3 seasons.
Listen, guys. I'll clip that up still. Yeah, I'll clip that up because you know
clip
what?
Still,
yeah.
Put a date on it. I'm telling you ain't doing nothing for the next
guys.
3
You're
seasons
visualizing a Liverpool that's been frustrated for all his life being underneath Man United.
You ain't been frustrated. You've been under Man United.
You've been on catch up all your life.
We've been on catch up all our life.
All your life, bro.
I've said it once. I've said it twice, bro.
You're envious.
You forget that Liverpool were the most dominant force in English football for a long time. Right?
Not in our time.
Let me finish. For a long time.
Not in
We're
our
talking
time.
about catch up here. For you to be where you are now in terms of titles, United had to catch up to Liverpool at one point.
Well,
you understand?
Yeah.
On common runnings,
he's talking about before us being alive. He's bringing in World War II stats.
Runnings,
you know what I'm saying?
United will be catching Liverpool up again real soon because you guys ain't doing nothing for a long time.
You ain't doing nothing next season. You basically won. You won the league in the worst Premier Division.
Okay,
you might as well be Leicester City.
We won the league.
Yeah,
right. Without Liverpool playing football as good as when we were on the clock.
You won the league because the league is rubbish.
Well, Liverpool will be rubbish as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying to you.
That's my point. If we have been rubbish and still won the league, can you imagine what Liverpool will be like when Liverpool played at their top game that everybody knows we can play?
Listen, guys. Everybody says Tottenham should have won the title when everybody switched off in that Leicester season, yeah? And you've just done what Tottenham did. Just won the league and a random reset, yeah.
All right, let me put it to you this way, yeah, right?
When it goes back to normal next season.
Have been challenging for the title for the past how many seasons now? And when was the last time United gave a proper challenge?
Under Ali in it. We came second.
When was Oli manager of Man United? How long ago?
Bro, when I was doing this show, wasn't that long ago?
How long ago?
A couple of years back.
A couple of years back? It was a couple of years back. Exaggeration, bro. You had Ten Hag for about 3 years.
No. It's about 4 seasons ago, man. We had
Even
Ali.
before that, bro. Even before that. You got Amorim there now. You had Ten Hag from before, yeah, right?
Yeah.
And that season, Oli was there for about 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And your challenge that you're talking about happened in the first season.
Yeah.
So you're talking about at least 5-6 years ago, yeah.
Okay,
right?
cool.
And even then, yeah, right, you guys were just lucky.
Okay.
United have not been a good team since Alex Ferguson, bro.
Well, I can't argue that still. But the thing is, there's times under Ferguson which were just efficient and effective. You know what I'm saying? They weren't playing.
That's what I'm saying. It's better for you to be efficient and effective, yeah, right, and get the results than to be what United are now. Because that's all Liverpool have been this season. Liverpool haven't been great. They've been efficient and effective. And that's the difference between Klopp's football and Slott's football, is that Slott is more like
Trash.
efficiency and stuff like that, where Klopp was like rock and roll football. That's the only reason, and that's the only reason we've managed to win, because Liverpool have not played great this season. We've just been efficient. When we get our chances, we bury them. Salah has put in probably the best performance of his entire career, because I don't remember the last time I've seen a player score as many goals and get as many assists as Salah has in one season as for a long time. There ain't any player that's done that for as long as.
What's the stats? What's the stats? What's the stats?
It's some mad stats. Like,
Guys, I'm just watching the stats because people talk it, you know. But
no, seriously, this season,
yes,
Salah has done this thing of. Let me see where he is now in terms of stats and assists.
Okay, top scorers. Top scorer is ooh. You know who he's joint with? Embremo. That's something to say. So he's joint with a Brentford player. They ain't nothing special. So that's what I'm saying too, guys. The evidence is there, but it's not a great season.
Wait. No, you're doing a disrespect to Embremo. Embremo, right, is a quality player. He's been showing that even before this season.
Yeah, but Embremo, but Embremo, when you got classic, like you know, like players like.
Well, let me tell you something. You're talking about
Yaya Toure. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like game changers.
Now listen, it doesn't matter about all that kind of stuff here, because everybody that you ask, anybody in English football right now, will tell you that Harry Kane is one of the top strikers in English football. Hasn't won a league, hasn't won a tournament. Man had to go to Germany to win something.
Yeah, won it. Yeah,
but he was always challenging for Golden Boot. Do you know what I'm saying? And Bremo right now, is challenging Haaland, Salah, Isaac. Even Woods at Forest here, which had
Woods had a good. He's had a good season, man.
And that's what I'm saying.
So look at the top goal scorers. You got Salah 27, so he's yards ahead of everybody. Yeah, Isak going with things. Big up to Isak. Yeah, Haaland, he's been injured a lot still. To be honest, you know what I mean. So
no, but like I said, you got to check it though. It's not just Salah's top goal scorer, right? Salah has 27 goals, 18 assists, bro. 18. The closest person to him is on 11 year, right? Jacob Murphy. On 11. That's what I'm saying. Salah's playing the season of his life.
He's got twice.
Nobody close to him in terms of
twice as much
things.
as Bruno Fernandes.
That's what I'm saying. And Bruno is probably your best player this season. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we ain't got nobody in the top friggin' 20.
Bro, I mean,
you ain't got nobody in the top 20 strikers there for free. Let's look, Madison. What's
so that's what I'm saying. Liverpool, we've been efficient.
Got nobody up here.
Salah's having a blinder. When we get an opportunity, we're scoring. That's it. But we've not been playing great football.
But the thing is, without Salah, he wouldn't win the league.
No, I 100% agree. 100% agree. But you could say the same thing for any team that's won the league in the past.
And that's what I'm saying to you, that you caught the league at the right time.
No,
you want the way
you could have the same, but, you know, same thing about City. You could say all the titles that City won, they wouldn't have won it without Aguero. You know what I'm saying? You could say the same thing.
You couldn't say that, bro. Behave yourself, bro.
Behave
yourself.
Do you know how many goals Aguero was scoring? Hell, the most popular goal he scored was against Liverpool to win the title. So that tells you all you need to know.
Said, bro, you got the likes of when Man United was at its peak, you got you had Yorkie, you had about 4 good strikers there. So
that season where Yorkie and Cole was doing a madness,
Sheringham and Solskjaer.
If them two were not scoring as much goals, they had would United have been as dominant as they were.
Bro, we just bring on the Evershotters. You know what I'm saying? You say
Sheringham, as good as he was not going to give you the amount of goals that.
But the thing is, the pool was there, bro. So you had pressure, but you guys, if Salah's not there, bro, you kind of like.
Nah, but listen,
you got knocked out the FA Cup because Salah wasn't there.
Has won the league.
You got who you least to in the FA Cup?
I'll give you a key point.
Is it FA Cup? You ain't explain to me who you least.
Who won the title last season?
Is there?
Who won the title last season?
Who was it? Man City or something?
Who was their best player last season?
Haaland.
It wasn't Haaland.
Foden, you reckon?
De
Bruyne. He was injured. He's been injured.
This season, De Bruyne's been injured.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. And Man City have fallen off. That's my point. Yeah. So every team has their guy, which is like the person that does the job for them. Arsenal right now, right? Like the last few seasons, if they didn't have Odegaard pulling the strings, they would not be doing what they're doing. Because that guy is him and Partey, take them two out of Arsenal, but Arsenal not challenging for the title. I'm telling you.
Nah, Saka, bro.
Saka's getting the goals here, right? But Partey's been a defensive monster. And in terms of assists and putting the team about in the midfield,
I don't think Odegaard has not been that great this season. But again, Arsenal hasn't been that great this season with their play. If Arsenal played as they played 2 seasons ago, boy, they would have won the league this year.
Maybe.
But everybody can look back at this. So yeah. But guys, we just have to say, look at the table. How many points he got? 79 points. How many games left?
We only need one more game. I don't care about how many games. We only need to win one. We only need to win one. It doesn't matter to me. How many games left is for teams like Man United and Man City, for them trying to get into Europe here, right? We don't have to. We win 1 year. Our season's done. We can start putting all them young boys on the pitch, let them get some game time. You know what I'm saying? Start buying players for next season.
That's
the other thing as well, is that Liverpool have come forward, the board and the manager are saying that they're spending some nice money next season. And they're saying that before they even won the league. So regardless of where Liverpool are now, we've got Salah that's signed, Van Dijk that's signed. We're going to have a stronger team next season because we're going to bring in more players. Listen, it's a wrap.
You reckon?
Next season, I'm telling you.
Don't you think Man City will come back up next season?
Man City will be back up next season.
Yeah.
If Arsenal don't get a striker, they're going to have the same struggles they've had this season.
Are you concerned about Chelsea next season?
No, Chelsea.
Come on, bro. Chelsea. I think you're too close to them.
No, listen.
I'll show you live in West London.
Chelsea, have done what Chelsea have been doing for a long time, which was trying to buy success. It's worked with Man City because Pep is a quality manager. Nobody's going to argue that. Since Mourinho left Chelsea, he was, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of dominant managers, he's been their last dominant manager, right? Since he left Chelsea, they've been bringing in managers and trying to buy the league here, right? But they've not been able to have the same success as under Mourinho.
Yeah.
Pep knows how to buy players and how to get the players working, which is why they could buy the league. Because listen, regardless of how good you want to say Man City are, the fact is they bought the league. They bought all the top players: Aguero, David Silva, Bernardo Silva,
also, they
Kevin De
cheated.
Bruyne.
They got 150.
And all them things. They bought the league and cheated. You know what I'm saying?
And cheated.
They played a bit of Connect Four and put 2 coins in more than they're supposed to put in than the slot. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like
cheat.
I really can't. I don't see Arsenal doing anything right now that's going to change it. Because Arsenal right now, okay, they've not played as good as they've played for the past couple of seasons, right? But even when they were at their peak, they couldn't win it. They got to the end of the season and they fell off, and that's for like 2-3 seasons. And I don't see anything happening with Arteta and Arsenal right now. Arsenal will need to shake up their whole team, because right now the goals are coming from Saka. Saka went injured, right? Okay, Arsenal still managed to do a little bit of a thing, but they need more than what they've got. They haven't got a player. If Saka's gone, they haven't got any other player that they can say.
Who would advise Arsenal to go out there and get the valuable strikers? Yeah. As a Liverpool fan, taking that aside, if you as an Arsenal fan, who would you want to get up front? Osimhen?
I think they should go for Osimhen or for what's his name?
I don't think Cunha.
No, the guy that everyone was talking that might go to them before. I can't remember
Sporting.
His name
From Sporting.
No, what's his name?
That Ucarez.
I can't remember his name.
Sesko. Yes, Sesko. Okay, cool.
So Osimhen and Sesko, that's the only two. The only reason I'm saying that's the only two because I want Isaac to come to Liverpool. I don't want him to go to Arsenal.
One second. And the joke, and this is the problem now still, Arsenal, I remember speaking to Anthony about this when Isak went to Newcastle. He was like, he's going from Real Sociedad, and I don't want to go through the receipts, but we talked about that, and he was like, nah, there's something missing about him still, and the problem is, you have to back some players where you're not quite sure about, and it works out for you. It seems like the big clubs now rather spend the extra 20, 30, 40, 50 mil and watch them test themselves at smaller clubs.
I think you got to be like...
Isak's fire, bro.
He's a beast, bro. And the thing is that certain players, they work well in certain teams, certain systems. Salah's a key point. Salah moved to Chelsea, he moved to Roma. He wasn't doing the things he's doing at them 2 clubs as what he's doing at Liverpool.
So would you do a part exchange with Dave? What's it? Nunes and 40 bill? Would you do that for Isak?
Yeah. I'll snatch that. Bro. Nunes could go if we get his act. Listen, I like Nunes.
Yeah.
I'm with the fans, yeah. Like, if I'm in the stadium, I'm going to call his name when they're singing his name, yeah, right? Because Nunes gives us 99%.
Yeah.
He runs on the pitch, he chases down. When he's got on the ball, he drills at players. His work rate is phenomenal. That's the only thing missing from him is his finishing. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Everything else, he brings to the team.
If I was Newcastle, I'll make sure I get one of them strikers for who else you play up front? Gakpo.
We play Gakpo. I don't know why Gakpo is not playing up front.
Jota.
Jota. We got Jota. Jota's injury.
But I think you'll get rid of Jota.
For Netherlands,
yeah.
Right? He was amazing. I don't understand why they're not playing him up front for Liverpool. I really don't. Man goes to the was it Euros World Cup?
Euros.
And he starts banging up front for Netherlands. Play him the same place. I mean, he's not helping it because he's saying that he prefers to play on the left. So like whatever. But mate, you've shown that you could be a striker. And when Jota's not there, we need a striker. We can't rely on Nunez. You know what I'm saying? We've been fortunate this season that Salah hasn't been out injured for long periods. If Salah had an injury like a Jota had or whatever, we're in trouble.
Yeah, no, 100%. But you're not mentioning about Isak. But Arsenal fans want Isak. Well, even when I want it fingers, guys. I was on a little Instagram post. And
they're debating it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the guy's saying because if I'm Isak and I have a choice of Liverpool, I have a choice of Arsenal. It's about success. Liverpool have shown in the last decade that they've won the title twice.
Bro, listen.
And they've won the Champions League and multiple other cups here. Like Arsenal can't come close to suggesting
the thing is, bro, let's be real, especially to black and foreign players, all their cousins are in London.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good.
Yeah,
but if he's happy to be in Newcastle, then he's happy to be in Liverpool, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm tired of Newcastle, you know.
But if he's happy to be all the way up in Newcastle, he can come to Liverpool. But I'm just saying, look, okay, Arsenal a quality team. I'm not saying they're not. But if you're just looking and think, and he's saying, I'm leaving Newcastle to win trophies. If that is his one thing, you don't go to Arsenal over Liverpool because Liverpool are the only one between them which have shown one they can win the Premier League twice now within the past decade. Once we've won this one, we've won the Champions League and other cups as well. More titles and more cups and stuff than Arsenal. Just say within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You don't choose Arsenal in that point. If you're saying that you're going to win, you are going to win cups. If you're saying that you want to go and play with a good team under a decent manager, because Arteta's only decent, then yeah, fair enough. But if you want to win things, you don't go to Arsenal over Liverpool. You don't.
Yeah. I feel your concerns as a biased Liverpool fan.
I'm not concerned, bro.
I just say
I know Slot's going to bring in a striker.
Going to Arsenal,
and he's going to bring in a defender.
He's going to Arsenal with the man them.
He's going to go to Arsenal if Liverpool don't go in for
No. It's going to Arsenal because they'll do a customise. You know what I mean? They do them customs, you know what I mean? They got the French custom look, they got the Jamaican custom look, they got the Pan-African custom look, and then they come with the look for Isak, you know what I'm saying? Isak and the man them, bro. And they got every ethnic community locked. Every ethnic community is locked. Every black man is locked in. You got West Africa locked in, you got Caribbean locked in, bro. You even got, you know what I'm saying? And then now you're going to have East Africa locked in, bro. Straight in there, Arsenal making bags.
Don't you have to start going deep on them things there, because Arsenal might have the black players. They hardly have the Caribbean or African culture. They got the players, they don't have the culture. Them days are gone.
But
No, it's real.
Yo, the man's got more culture. It's Cole Palmer.
That's a fact, you know. That's a fact. That's the fact. That is a fact.
Cole Palmer is the one is one of the
that is a fact.
The black is one of the most Afro-Caribbean players out there.
That is a fact. Straight up fact. I'm telling you that.
That's the joke out there. He's so proud of his Afro-Caribbean roots.
Arsenal have the black players. They don't have the culture. I'm telling you now.
Wow.
They don't. And don't forget, Arsenal, the whole thing of Arsenal being the black man's team was based on a time where they had certain black men which were doing black man things. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
when
Ian Wright
when Ian Wright was dating
Paul
a black
Davis,
woman.
You know what I'm saying?
When Ian Wright was dating a black woman, bro.
He was doing the Bogle. Yeah, he was doing Bogle. You had Roadcastle. Oh man, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yo, that was legit. I must admit.
The times have changed now, bro.
I've already picked before them times. I already picked Man United anyway. Still, yes. So I couldn't go to Arsenal.
The times have changed now,
and Liverpool.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that Liverpool have the culture. I'm not saying that, but because we got a few black men.
That's Suarez culture. You know
we got a few black men. But I wouldn't say say Liverpool have the culture either.
Liverpool's red boy United, bro.
African bro. Like, I'm talking about like I don't know. I feel like Arsenal was the team before. Like I had this debate with my friends. Arsenal was the team before. You know, like when you're walking down the street as a black man, and sometimes you see the next black man, you go.
Yeah.
I feel like Arsenal was that club that them man just.
Yeah. You say, what I'm ready. What I'm.
You don't say nothing. You just know.
You just know. You said, yeah.
So that's what I thought Arsenal were, but I don't know that they're that club no more. I feel they're like any other team, and I say every other team. They're now the clubs of just like black guys which love the TikTok and dancing and blah blah blah. You might have one or two few men. I think the only person that's representing in Arsenal is Saka with his nice girl that he have.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But you know what? After race, right, Mane is the one African dude that was African. I think Drogba represented really well as well, and even Hasselbank. You know what I mean? In one sense, still, you know what I mean. So there's a couple of brothers out there still. You're talking about it, but talking about culture and stuff. Yeah. Just saw the highlights I shared in the group about Seedorf. He's doing something about talking about Suriname, you know what I'm saying. It's another guy that really focal point on anybody who's coming from Holland. Majority of the players until of late, because I know there's been a diaspora like from West Africa that's gone there now. But beforehand, all the footballers that we grew up watching, you know what I mean, all had from one space, Suriname, you know what I mean, and literally Holland is basically white people from Holland plus Suriname, you know what I mean, and the Suriname players, helped Holland to win the only trophy. Listen, they had Johan Cruyff before that, bro. And they never won a winner's trophy without Ruud Gullit, their captain, the Surinamese captain, lifted up the trophy. That's like saying Pauline's lifting up the trophy for England. You know what I'm saying? Their Surinamese captain, Ruud Gullit, lifted up. But I still felt like there's certain black players from Holland do really push the narrative. Something that I found out talking about Dutch players is I was just doing a random, when you look at shorts, and I think shorts are really cool. I did a shorts about and Van Dijk. He's got four. This started a Van Dijk thing, and I saw a picture of his mom. I said, "Yeah, man, black woman." I said, "Yeah, man." And he said, "Yeah, she's a great woman because she grew him up without his dad left him when he was young." And I feel like so often we hear the story of black dads not being in black boys or boys of dual heritage sons' lives, and they're not being there, i.e. Kevin Phillips. They did a big thing about, he's Jamaican dad. You know what I'm saying? From born in Jamaica, came over here, got his mum pregnant and never was in his life, and he got to see his grandparents after. There's so much into that narrative. Let's talk about Van Dijk, who's a very successful player, I believe. You agree with that one? Yeah, of course you agree with that. You know what I'm saying? One of the top at one stage, seen as the best defender in the world until my guy injured him.
Yeah.
He
still. I think a lot of people would still argue that he's possibly.
He's come back sharp. He was for about a season a bit shady, a bit shocking.
That season when Liverpool dominated in like every tournament, like there was no question. Like anybody you asked, he was the first one on the list.
Yeah, so he was there, and it's a black mum who raised up her children and supported him in football. And I'm not here cussing off white guys. I'm just emphasising that it's not just black guys that leave their children and come out there. And I think sometimes that narrative gets really annoying, and we don't celebrate. Black mums sticking up for, working hard with the family. And I think also, there's we just look at scenarios where there's single black mums have black children, and we say, look, where's the dad, where's that? But when it comes to dual heritage, we always think it's the white mum that got left behind by the black man. It's not always that other way. So, just want to do research on that one. But it's just big.
Shout out to Helen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's his mum's name, Helen.
Helen?
Yeah.
Okay, she's a Helen.
Shout out to Helen,
cool.
man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, she come like, you can see why Van Dijk's so tall, man. Like, she looks like she's tall, man. You know what I'm saying? But like Dutch folk are just naturally tall, man. They're just ridiculously tall, bro. It's like just absolutely giants, man. Natural giants, man. When I saw him next to Mo Salah, it's like, Mo Salah's downstairs, yo, week 1 down there. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like this. You know, you have to do a bit more weights, but that's cool. But okay, but looking at the time, at this moment in time, we see there's still games to be played. First, second, third, or fourth, fifth, because of what's going on with the Champions Leagues now. First, you reckon Liverpool get over the line?
Yeah, I mean Liverpool get over the line. I mean, we only need to win one more game, or you could look at it in the sense of we only need to draw 3. You know what I'm saying? So whichever way you want to look at it, we need to get 3 more points.
Okay, yeah.
And I think we'll do that.
Okay, cool.
We'll do that.
Cool. That's cool. Arsenal, they should be second. I can't see them not getting second.
You know what? I'm looking at Forest here, right? And I'm thinking if Arsenal just got to slip up two games and Forest are in there.
Yeah, but
I reckon Arsenal get second.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, man.
I reckon they'll get it.
Yeah.
Forest are
they do really well. You know what I mean? And respect to Nuno again, a brother out there, one of my cousins from Portugal. You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? You know, these guys. You know, my must say his cousins from St. Lucia. You know, my cousins, my cousin there from. You know what I mean? From the diaspora at Portugal. You know the one that's still.
This guy.
You know what I mean? And what did they do? Newcastle, is Newcastle able to hold off Man City and Chelsea?
Chelsea are too in and out. Man City is going to be their problem.
This is tough now. Looking at this now, you got Chelsea, Villa, Man City, and Newcastle fighting for 2 spots.
I genuinely believe it's going to be Newcastle, Man City, and Villa. I really think Chelsea are not going to hold off until the end of the season. There's not enough about them for me.
You reckon that Chelsea could end up 7th?
They could do, yeah. They definitely could do. Newcastle, they got quite beaten from Villa. But
is it one of the ones where they've been slapping people up and then they just got slapped? Yeah, I don't think
they were slapping people up. They were winning games, and then after they won the trophy against Liverpool, I think the whole city was on a high for about 2-3 games after that. So like, even when they come into the game, the players are all smiling. You can see like the energy's gone out. Their man are bopping a bit different.
Energy's gone.
But you know, Villa went there and bust them up. So I want to see how they're going to respond. But because the fact is, you know, it's a good point you raised. City are there, and City have been finding form since they brought in a few man during the last window. They've been finding form. Haaland's back. This, that, and the other. So it'll be interesting to see what Newcastle, because basically I think Newcastle literally, for them to hold 4th, they need to win all their games. They can't afford to drop any points. I don't see City dropping any more points now.
Okay. They got the momentum going and everything, and it's still whatever. Okay, that's cool. Let's have a look at the relegation battle. Well, at least Man United, we're not going down this year. You know what I'm saying?
Not this year.
So
South. It's still a shame, though, bro. It's still a shame, man.
What's that with Ipswich?
No, I'm talking about United. It's like, okay, I mean, we banter and we stuff like that, and I say whatever I say about United, but as a football fan, I don't like to see clubs like United where they are.
Look at
much banter. I mean, Tottenham. No one cares about Tottenham. Man United, literally, okay. Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton. Ipswich are going to go down probably.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ipswich are not making it up. They're making up. As much as West Ham are tripping over, West Ham is just trying to get to the end of the season.
I mean, West Ham only need to win one more game because Ipswich got 5 more games, so that's 15 points.
Yeah.
Which would put Ipswich on 36, which is what West Ham are on now. So West Ham don't even need to win a game, they need to draw.
Yeah.
One more point, and then basically you've got your 3 that's going down. But the problem for me is that I don't like to see Man United where they are, because West Ham are the next lowest on 17th. They're on 36. United have only 2 points ahead of them. You know
but I hear you say, but the thing is, I hear you, bro. But the thing is, for me, United, for the past 5 seasons, we've called for a hard reset. Yeah, we've known we've had to, and to hard reset, you have to go under. And the problem with Man United was that, bro, it is criminal. Remember that video I put in the group about who we purchased? It's not until Ten Hag has gone, you realise he was a criminal with the money, bro. Yeah. He was a criminal. You know what I'm saying? He spent, I couldn't believe it, man. He's at 95 million on Anthony or some shit. Bro, that is some you know what I mean, signed up for some stupid level stuff, and people can say, oh, it wasn't him. Whatever the management structure before Ineos, that was a crime scene, bro. You know what I mean? And people can moan about Ineos, but Ineos is not spending 70-80 million on Hoyland. They bought Xerxes for 20. Xerxes was like the Hoyland equivalent the season afterwards, and they only spent 30 million on him. You know what I mean? 25 mil. So for me, Xerxes isn't a failure because he's only 25 million payer. You know what I'm saying? He's not no big. We never bought him in as a 80 mil.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I can't believe I'm even trying to advocate for United, but to be fair, yeah, right. You know, Anthony, Maguire, Pogba, all these guys which have come for United and essentially been flops in terms of not providing what they were bought for at the price that they were bought for. You can't. The figure is nothing to do with the players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? If Anthony's a 20 million player, like when then he's a 20 million player now. It's down to the club how much they spend on him a year, right? So you can't really look at the player and say, we bought you for 85 million. You have to. No one told you to buy me for 85 million. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like on one side you could say that, you know, this guy's 85 million. Look what has he done, but I'm didn't tell you to buy me for 85 million. I was a 20 million player when you bought me. I was still 20 million player now. I'm going to give you 20 million player worth a game. So the way I see it is, I don't know. It's like, you know, Banter will always have fans saying, "Oh, you wasted 85 mil, blah blah blah." But the fact is, the player is still the same player. Do you know what I'm saying? The club chose to spend whatever money, and that's down on to United, because I can tell you now, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea would not spend that much money on Anthony. That's a club problem. That's not an Anthony problem.
But that's what I'm saying to you. The club was operating. That's why the new management and new things had to come through. That's why it's a cold reset, bro. And you got to remember the days where you was transitioning from to your new management.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, since we started on this episode today, I've given a bit of banter. But the honest truth is, if you look at what Amorium's doing, if the club give this guy some good money to get in some players and give him time.
Give him time.
Because I can see what he's trying to do. The fact is, he hasn't got the players to do what he wants to do. He hasn't. He's got an aging midfield in Casemiro and Eriksen. He's got an aging defence because you've still got Maguire, Evans and all them man there. You know what I'm saying? I think United need a revamp, and I think they need to give him the money, let him buy players, but then you also need a sporting director that can help to buy the right players, because you don't have a man just giving money, because we haven't seen what Amorim's is like with money yet. He can end up being another Ten Hag. So you need someone in there that can kind of hold control a bit.
I think they've got that team in place now. Because the thing is, they're showing that if you chat him rubbish, boom, we kick it out. You know what I'm saying? And they did that with that my guy.
And the thing is, Amorim looks like he's one of them managers, which I think United need, where he don't care what the fans say, he don't care what the players say. If you're not doing what he wants, if you're not playing what he wants, he's not interested. He seemed that kind of guy, which is why I said that's what United need, and they need to give him the time to just push what he needs to push.
And what I like about him, he kind of iced out Casemiro quite early. But you know what? He had given space. He's not iced him out. So believe, you know when you leave him out and he's like, I never want to see you again. But you can see that he still has room for the player to, if you could really want this, let me raise the bar. And Casemiro's coming and he's been instrumental in his
The only thing that I criticise Amorim for, and I still criticise him for, is that if you come to United, you see United are struggling, and things, don't forget, he didn't have a full season. He's coming halfway. You come into United are struggling. You know you have not got the players to do what you want to do. Don't try and play your system. I said it many times. I will just build a team just to be solid. Forget about trying to make them play your system. Just be solid to get us through to the end of the season, get us in the top 10, maybe even challenging for one of the European competitions, even if it's like the Europa second string or whatever. So you got that European money coming in. That's what I would have done. But he's tried to teach them his style of play. And the fact is, the people he's trying to teach his style of play, he's probably going to end up getting rid of half of them. You know what I'm saying? And bringing in a new batch of players. And then at the moment as well, I see he's starting to slowly bring in some of the younger guys So it's like you might as well just like make United solid to the end of the season just to get you through there, finish in a respectable position, and then next season is off-season training. Because they've got about 8 weeks off-season, bro, for training.
Yeah,
you know
but the thing is, I'm comfortable with the reset, what he's doing, and using this season as a way of pre-season, because it's like the pre-season before pre-season. Like my club now, like with my football team, I'm like, okay, we can't win the league, so what I'm gonna do is play the system we want. Yeah. I'm going to play according to the players, play the system we want, and go into pre-season with a pre-season, which is the end of the last season, to see what players we need to go.
Would you do that at the expense of results?
If I'm not going to get relegated, yeah, because you're not going to win nothing, you're not going to gain nothing.
The only reason United are not in a position to get relegated is because the teams underneath them are paying even worse than they were.
Yeah, exactly. So we're good.
But he wasn't to know that until as the season goes on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hear what you're saying, because it makes sense to like kind of bring your system in, develop players, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like I said, especially like there's money to think of, because sponsors you get more money from sponsors if they are sponsoring you, not just based on your name, but what competitions you're in, what you're going to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're not in Europe, you're not going to get money from sponsors for that European spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the extra, I mean, okay, even if they didn't get into the Champions League, let's say they got into the second string of Europe here, right? That means from the games alone that they play and however far they get in the competition, they're probably guaranteed at least another 15 million, maybe 20 million. You know
I hear, bro, but the thing is, let's bottom line it. The biggest competition is the EPL. Yeah. Even above Champions League. Yeah. When it comes to what people watching all around the world, the EPL is the number one competition that people don't watch La Liga like EPL. Nobody watches Deutsche football like that. You know what I'm saying? Bundesliga. No one watches Ligue 1 or Ligue 2 or Ligue 4, whatever it is. Serie A, Serie B, Serie D. Nobody watches no other football. You know what I'm saying? And when Champions League football is nice, but let's be real, the friendlies in the summer keeps the international friendly things going. So end of the day, so as long as Man United is in EPL, they'll make the bag. As long as we can beat Liverpool, bro, you still got to play us next season. You got problems. Did he beat us this year?
I don't wait. What is your point about you still got to play Liverpool?
I can't remember.
Let's say for argument's sake here, right? United play Liverpool home and away.
Yeah.
United picked 6 points up from us on the season. What good is that going to do you if Liverpool still finish first?
What was the results this season? I can't even remember. Right? This season's a blur for me.
I can't remember the results this season, but my point being that picking at Liverpool and saying as long as we beat Liverpool, that makes no sense. Because if you're going to still finish like under the 15th spot and we're still going to finish top, what difference does that make to you?
Bro, but listen.
That's like them.
So, but at the end of the day, so let's do a reset. Let's ground zero. Let's crash the ship. Let's kick out the rubbish. Yeah. Dump them off and restart. It's just that not many teams can reset. You know, when you restart the heart, die and come back and still have a strong body. We can do that. You can't. You can do that.
No, you can do that, but
because you come back up with no fans because all it started to in Chelsea.
Listen, yeah, right. you guys can do that. You can do. I definitely believe Man United can do that.
Yeah.
But I do believe that you guys are fooling yourself if you think you're going to do that within the next 2 to 3 years. It's not going to happen. The damage is too extensive. Your whole team, apart from Bruno Fernandes, what's my man that plays on the right for you that's injured at the moment? You know how I'm talking.
Yeah, Troy. Diallo.
Yeah, like him, Fernandes.
If we get Cunha,
maybe even Garnacho, because like Garnacho just ain't got a finished product, but
he runs about.
Yeah. Those have probably been your best 3 players, you know, right?
Yeah.
But then that doesn't equate for, let's say you got 11 starting and then 11 sub bench. It doesn't. You got too much dead wood, and to think that you can clear up and get rid of how many players, bring enough players, and do whatever. I think it's delusional. I think you guys need to be thinking of like a 5 to 10 year plan.
Bro, listen, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. We got some youth team that's going to madness, bro. So don't worry about us, bro.
You are, but have you got a manager that's going to bring all of them man in?
Yeah. Bro, we had the youth heaven only because man book him up while he's out, bro. Because he was looking good. him looking half good as well. You know what I'm saying? Makes a few mistakes, but he's looking good. He's just kind of getting acclimatized.
And that's what I'm saying. You got young guys. They are very good. These young guys, yeah, right? But they're not experienced players. Like, so for example, if you guys are playing against a Liverpool or Arsenal, right, and it's like they say experienced players. They know how to react in certain situations. They handle well under pressure. Your youthful guys are good, but then when it comes to push and shove, can you rely on them to get?
Well, that's why we got Maguire. That's why we're keeping like certain players like Maguire another season. We got Casemiro. Don't get twisted, guys. Yeah, these guys used to always cuss me off about Maguire. Them man gone quiet at the moment. Still, you got quiet. You got quiet. You got quiet, bro.
No,
because you would slay to me. You would slay to me about Maguire.
Is still you would slay to me. Let's get it straight. Maguire's an egghead. Right,
but people hate you though.
The pure hate Maguire. Yeah, I get more excitement seeing Maguire up front than I do in defense. When Maguire goes up front, he's more threat. But in defense, bro, but you're waiting for something. Maguire is your defensive Onana, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're always waiting for something crazy to happen.
Yeah. No, but Maguire, these guys used to slay to me. Boy, them guys gone quiet about Maguire at the moment
because there's nothing left to say. Everybody knows it.
Listen, that Maguire works in the three at the back. He works as that system works with him. You know what I'm saying?
You see that picture that's going around of Maguire when he made him look like Big Ronaldo in the Brazil kit. He's got a little piece of hair like
bro. He's balling out. Imagine you're a footballer and you see all these beats come out. But alright, boy, he's stood his ground, man, and he's come true, man. He's come through the tribulation anyway, still, and everything like that. So as I say, but don't worry, guys.
You know, the only thing I will give Maguire is that you get them players, they get injured or whatever, and then like they don't want to come back early. They're weak. They're weak players. Maguire's one of them guys. I feel like you call him, he'll come.
Yeah, man.
Even if he flops, you call on him, he'll come. He'll give whatever his best is.
Yeah.
But he's one of the guys you can rely on. And I will say, I think that's more an English thing. I think there's something about English players, and I'm talking about the British English players. Yeah, right. There's something about them, that old British bulldog mentality. I think Maguire's like that, and you saw that in people like John Terry, Gerrard, and some of them, man, Carragher, Adams, Kieran, blah blah. Yeah. So I think Maguire's got that kind of mentality, regardless of like whether he does well or not. Like I said, you can count on him. Like if I bring this guy in, he's gonna do his job. He's not like all the frills, but you can call him in at any time. He doesn't moan and groan and stuff. And even when he's not playing, he's not one in plays you hear in the media that's having to go because he's not playing games and all this kind of stuff. So I'll give him that.
Yeah. Now that's calm. 100%, man. But all right, guys, listen, that's the Premier League talk. Don't worry, Liverpool's gonna have their first open. Is it first open top league? You think for about 8 years or something like that? Since he was born. Last time he did the COVID trophy, you know what I mean? So what year before that was you win the title? You've been wild it.
How many titles have Liverpool won in the past like 5 years, bro?
No, you only won it.
Liverpool won in the past 5 years.
Was it one at a time? The league.
Yeah.
The league won 7 times in it.
Bro, I'm counting this one because this one's about. How many times has United won it?
Huh?
Listen,
don't worry. We've experienced the open top experience.
When was the last time you won it?
You couldn't go to see them, bro.
When was the last time you won
I'm just asking you.
Bro,
when was the time before? When was the time before? How many years before? I'm asking a question. How many years before was it?
I know. The only reason you're talking now, right, because you miss not being able to see United do it. So I'm going to do you a favour. When Liverpool win it, I'm going to get a ticket and you're going to come with me to Anfield and we're going to go and watch the bus, everything, so you can experience.
The only thing about a ticket in Liverpool I get is the gospel festival. You know what I mean? I ain't even know, bro. When they put me next to Stanley Park.
Can you imagine if that gospel festival is the same day Liverpool do the bus? When is the festival again?
Further, mate.
It's right then. They're all right. You're all right.
They better not do that, bro. They better not ever do that, bro. They better not do that.
We don't know when they're going to do it, because if we beat Tottenham this week, it's the league's done. We can do it anytime from then. It's all right. I'll get a ticket. We go down to Anfield, have a beer, and we'll celebrate.
Listen, I can't. We'll be there as well. Wisdom, they don't know when they're still young. That's jokes, though. Just a shout out to Wisdom. The first football game we watched together was Liverpool versus Fulham. And I was doing the bogle, everything. But Vex, you know, was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. But anyway, there's another last note on this. We're going into the Premiership next year. One big club, one not so big club, Burnley, is coming back. But they've got local heritage in the Premier League, 100% still. Leeds and Burnley coming up. Are they going to get torn a new one? I think when they come back up.
I think, firstly, I'd like to say I'm glad to see Leeds coming back. I've always seen, in terms of history,
I miss Leeds. I miss Leeds.
There's a number of teams I miss from back in the day, even going as far back to people like Wimbledon and whatnot. But so it's good to see like Leeds back in there. Unfortunately for Leeds, if they're going, the struggle for them is that when you see you come into the Premier League, you need to have players that's going to get you be able to fight for those positions, because the Championship and the Premier League is two different things. So it's a case for how much money they're going. I mean, they might end up doing. Remember when Forest first came out and they'd loaned like 18 players or something madness like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do that, but I don't know.
But the thing is, the part of the now before there was becoming part of the Red Bull scenario, but now they're actually part of the Red Bull thing now. They're actually into it now, and you can see they're bringing in. They lost a couple of ballers last season when lost the playoffs, and I thought, oh my gosh, how did they recover? Lost my guy, the best striker in their league last season, to West Ham, and they lost another player to Brighton, a good midfielder, and they come through again. Took a few weeks to get settled, and they come through again. They got rocky the other day, and they come through again. So they scored 89 goals. You know what I'm saying?
They're playing well.
They just need to get a solid defender. They just need to get some dollar. But they got plus 60. They got plus 60 goal difference compared to Burnley, which is plus 46.
Yeah.
And then the next team beyond that is Sheffield United at plus 25. And then Sunderland underneath at plus 17.
Yeah.
Bro,
it sounds good on paper, but I mean, even like so you have them weeks where there's no Premier League games, but there's always some Championship game.
Yeah.
Like when I watch the Championship games, I can literally see the speed difference. The Premier League is so fast in terms of how it plays generally, and I can see the difference in speed and how the teams operate in the Championship compared to, because it's not even just the players. Because obviously, when you in lower leagues, you're talking about you don't have like managers of the same level as in the Premier League. You don't have coaches of the same level as in all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So all that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I would like to see Leeds come in and they do a good job, because I think Leeds are one of those teams that should be in the Premier League just based on the history and all that kind of stuff. It's nice to see them there. And to be fair, if they were in the league now, doing what you see how they went on in the Championship, if they were in the Premier League now, because don't forget this season's been poor in the Premier League, they might have survived.
Yeah,
They might have survived.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Nah, it's a scenario which is going to be quite interesting. But Leeds, Burnley, who you reckon will come out? You can't even guess who's going to come out of the rest. Sheffield United.
Just again, just on nostalgia only, I would love to see Coventry.
Remember that used to be we remember like
Dion
Dublin and all that. Roy Wegley, I was saying Peter Unlove.
For nostalgia purposes only, I'd love to see Coventry
Seal
come
Regis
up.
was down there and everything, man.
Sheffield United probably deserved to come back up as well. I think they were a decent team in the
yeah. But Sunderland, be careful with Sunderland and Middlesbrough. I know Middlesbrough's outside.
Where's Bellham's brother again? Is it Sunderland?
I think he is, I think it is. Watch out, man. Yeah. I think it was again. Let me just double check this. Let's see Middlesbrough. Where they got that? Let me look. Sure. Yeah. I think it's Sunderland. Sunderland that is in. You know what I'm saying? Middlesbrough is where Carrick is, man. They just can't get over the line, man. You know what I'm saying? Carrick, West Brom just flopped off, man. They were doing well and just lost a bag of games. You know what I'm saying? And just come out of the way. But either way, let's check the top goal scorers in this division. Yeah, that Peru guy. Oh, he got 4 goals and just killed it. But it's amazing how Norwich can score goals, but they're not up there. You know what I'm saying, and whatsoever. Who's the guy to watch out for? That's what I'm saying to you. There's the Leeds are doing well, but they're not really got outstanding players. You know what I mean? Like players
even
that.
Like their goals that they scored, it's probably been more of a team effort than
a
striker that's banging.
Bro, they play ball,
Yeah.
They play ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good to see when they come up and see what's going on from out there. Yeah. All right, bro. Is there any honourable sporting mentions before we finish off? Nothing go on. Just get ready for the Champions League final.
Yeah,
Who's going to win the Champions League?
I want Arsenal to win it. I really do. But I think PSG are just going to be a bit too much in the end. I just have a feeling PSG are going to be a bit too much in the end. But I would love to see Arsenal win it.
Win the whole tournament?
Yeah. I think it's good for
London.
the Premier League. It's good for Arsenal because I think that the money they will get from that and stuff like that will help them as well.
Has they some mercy?
Yeah.
You showed them some love.
I think I don't know, because Arsenal did things against Real Madrid, especially in the first leg. And if that Arsenal turn up and give that kind of performance, then PSG could find themselves in trouble.
True. We'll see. It's gonna win the. It could be two London clubs winning it, innit? Tottenham and Arsenal. Imagine North London having two trophies. Europa and man's from North London, man's from the North, man. What do you mean? You picked the wrong team, bro.
I still don't know if I trust Tottenham to go all the way. I don't know what they're doing in that league because some kind of magic's going on. But I don't know if I trust them to win it.
Can you see Man United or Tottenham winning that? I can't see it. I think Atletico.
No, listen. As crap as Man United have been in the Premier League, there is something in the air right now in that European competition for United. You know how many times I've seen Man United and I'm thinking, you're coming out now.
Yeah.
And they've just somehow pulled it. There's something in the air for United right now. So if United win that tournament, I would not be surprised. I can't see Tottenham doing anything in their tournament, but United, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me at all.
Okay,
that might be the finals where Højlund finally decides he's going to bang 3-4 goals.
Well,
something will happen.
You heard it. Marcus wants Liverpool, Arsenal and Man United to win the trophies. That's a great Liverpool fan right there.
That would be good for English football because all eyes will be on the Premier League even more. Because that's a club competition for the whole of Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all eyes will be there, and especially with these. Because don't forget, I think if they win these, is it both clubs that go over to the World Club Championships?
Man United better not go to no. Hopefully it's not. Man United don't go to no. I don't want no Europe. They get cooked up like fried salmon. They get fried up like job. Nah. Get bun up. Nah. Forget that. I don't
come against like a Sao Paulo or whatever.
Listen, we go there so undercooked that man have food poisoning out there before they even get out there, bro. You're mad. I want to put Man United out there, look like a bag of fools in front of that. Nah, bro. Unless they're gonna do a loan deal for Ronaldo to come back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's not happening, bro. The only way we could survive that is if we had Ronaldo come back.
I wonder if Ronaldo would have stayed if he was playing under Amorim. That's his countryman, isn't it? So.
Yeah, man, he's constant, man. What I mean, they both. Yeah. We do back each other as Portuguese.
Let's end the show, man.
Yo. Don't worry, man. Big up to all the causes out there. Portugal run things, man. This is how we do, man. It's a enough of people here. Suppose have a box on RVM show.
Bless guys, man.
Blessings, man.
What's going on, people? I'm DJ H and make sure you check out all the stuff Affinity Xtra's got going on, man. We've got loads of content, loads of things coming out. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel, Listen. Don't go anywhere, Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Subscribe is the main thing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it and share it with your brethren, yeah?